Allen Park, the Detroit Lions are undergoing a makeover in the running game, and it's not just the names on the backs of the jerseys that are changing. So is the scheme. Just consider the arrival of 7th-round pick Nick Bawden. You know, a fullback. Just 11 months after Detroit scrubbed the fullback from its offense completely. Just something we kind of wanted to add to the mix to kind of give our offense a little bit more of, I'd say, a physical presence. General Manager Bob Quinn said, "Listen, it's a 7th-round pick, so I mean, it is what it is. But he's a guy that we liked. We wanted to add a fullback this offseason, and he was a good value at that pick." Quinn said a day after last season ended that he would prioritize the running game, and he's been a man of his word. Jeff Davidson was hired to overhaul the blocking concepts up front. LeGarrette Blount was signed to add some muscle in the power running game. Then Quinn spent his first-round pick on an interior offensive lineman, Frank Ragnow, and gave up his 4th-round pick to move up 8 spots for tailback Kerryon Johnson in round 2. Effectively, that's 3 picks for 2 players who will directly influence the running game. And that doesn't include the selection of Tyrell Crosby, a projected backup offensive lineman, in the 5th round, or Bawden in the 7th. And while Ragnow and Johnson will play far greater roles in 2018, Ragnow will start right away, and it wouldn't be a shock for Johnson to join him eventually, even this year. Bawden's arrival is the surest signal yet that Detroit's running game is undergoing a philosophical change, as well as in personnel. They want to get back to running the ball and be really successful, Bawden said. So we're just going to do whatever we can to get it done. And I'm so glad they took me because that's where my pride and joy is, it's in my run blocking. So I'm going to do absolutely everything I can to get it done, and do everything they need me to do. Whether it's playing fullback, H-back, tight end type role. I'm going to do everything they need me to do. You hear those sorts of quotes a lot from rookies, that they'll do anything the coaches want, but Bawden has lived it more than most. After all, he was a pretty good quarterback recruit back in the day. He wound up getting a couple offers, and chose San Diego State. But his freshman season was a bit of a disaster. He completed just 13 of 38 passes for 147 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. San Diego State coach Rocky Long approached Bawden the following offseason, and it wasn't about a plan to develop his arm. Long said he already had his top 3 quarterbacks, so Bawden might consider transferring. Or, he could switch positions. Quarterbacks do that sometimes. Former Michigan star Denard Robinson, receiver, running back, is a local example. He struggled with the transition, but others have thrived. Julian Edelman was a record-setting quarterback at Kent State who became one of the top slot receivers in the NFL. Hines Ward, who played quarterback at Georgia, became one of the 25 most productive NFL receivers of all time, but quarterback to fullback, that's practically unheard of. It was definitely something that I wasn't open to at first, he said. I had no idea that I had it in me to be able to play fullback because I knew how hard of a position it was. I knew how tough you had to be and everything that goes along with that. At first, I really didn't believe that I could do it. But I wanted to stay in San Diego. I loved our coaches. I loved everything that we were going toward, so I was willing to give it a chance. Bawden already knew the offense, so that wasn't a problem. His transition was still a gradual one because of the physical demands of the position. He weighed about 220 pounds as a quarterback, less than almost every player he would be asked to block as a fullback. He gained about 10 pounds his first year after the transition, then about 7 or 8 more the next. By then, when he was a junior, he was ready to play, and he wound up paving the way for Donald Pumphrey to lead the nation in rushing. Then Pumphrey left for the NFL. Rashad Penny was inserted into the starting lineup. And Bawden did it again, paving the way for Penny to lead the nation in rushing. Bawden also showed good hands, catching 30 passes for 240 yards and 1 touchdown. And he has special teams value too. For a team like the Lions, who are looking to upgrade their power running game and also love special teams aces on the end of their roster, Bawden was a natural 7th-round fit. It's an unreal experience, Bawden said. I had all my friends and family in town for the draft. I'm at one of our family friends' house, so they threw a nice party for us. It was just a great experience being able to hear my name called and to know a little bit before that I was getting picked. I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. I've done everything I could to be in the best shape I can. So I'm so ready to come to Detroit and get it done.